One person is dead after a plane crash in Marion. Tonight at 9, we'll live from the scene with the latest details.
And a haunted house gets in the Christmas spirit. Ahead, how this Christmas Scare Fest is giving back during this holiday season.
Current roadway conditions reduced due to visibility, but some rain is on the way.
This is breaking news from NewsLink, Indiana.
That breaking news, one is dead after a plane crash in Marion. You're looking at a map of where the crash is right now. It happened right outside of the Marion Municipal Airport, and now an investigation is underway. Good evening, I'm Brittany Ehrman.
And I'm Ethan Gerald. NewsLink Indiana's Emerson Lehman is live right now in Marion with the very latest on the crash. Good evening, Emerson.
Well, Brittany, Ethan, good evening. It's a very sad day here at the Marion Municipal Airport as one person has been confirmed dead following that crash this afternoon. It took place just after 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. As we take a look at some footage courtesy of RTV6, the plane went down in a field just off of State Road 22, just south of the Marion Municipal Airport, and it burst into flames, killing the pilot on board. As you join us back here now, State Road 22 still closed off behind us as investigators are looking into what may have caused that crash. They don't have any answers at this point. It's important to note that this is the second fatal plane crash to take place here in Grant County this calendar year. If you remember, NewsLink reported earlier this year 2 firefighters lost their lives after their plane went down here at the Marion Municipal Airport. So a very sad day here indeed. We will continue to follow that coverage as State Road 22 again still closed off behind me as a result, as investigators continue to look into the crash and what caused the crash that killed that pilot. Live here in Grant County, Emerson Lehman, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, Emerson Lehman outside of the Marion Municipal Airport. Emerson, thank you.
A man has been arrested after leading police on a high-speed chase through Muncie. Authorities say Ashuntis Stewart led police on a chase early this morning after he failed to dim his headlights for oncoming traffic. Stewart fled from his car after hitting a utility pole at the 900th block of West 15th Street. He then fought with officers before being taken into custody. Police found more than 6 grams of cocaine in Stewart's car. Prior to the chase, Stewart was already facing 19 charges in 7 pending court cases.
11-year-old boy injured while boarding a school bus in Rochester in October is returning home. You're looking at video from the scene of the accident late last month. Maverick Lowy will come home tomorrow after spending more than a month in the hospital. Lowy is the sole survivor of the incident where 3 other children were killed. Lowy's mother said he cannot walk or get out of bed on his own and is asking for privacy for the family. The driver of the truck that hit the children is facing 3 counts of reckless homicide and 1 charge of passing a school bus causing injury. A GoFundMe page has set up Maverick, which already raised more than $65,000 as of last night.
Firefighters have recovered 6 bodies, 2 adults and 4 children from a home in Logansport. Police officers who arrived on scene were not allowed to enter the home due to intense smoke and fire. 43-year-old Sheila Huddleston and 19-year-old Brandon Huddleston allegedly escaped the fire. The pair was transported by ambulance to Logansport Memorial Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Reports indicate the fire was not intentionally set. There were no working smoke detectors in the home.
A Central Indiana girl is critically injured after accidentally being shot in the head by her 2-year-old brother. Lebanon police say the shooting occurred this morning while the two were being watched by their grandparents. The 4-year-old was transported to an Indianapolis hospital in critical condition. Her name was not released just yet, but authorities say the weapon was not in a secure location when the incident happened.
A Kentucky man has been arrested after confessing to posting threatening tweets against a Louisville high school. Authorities had been investigating nearly 30 tweets that mentioned burning down Trinity High School if Purdue head football coach Jeff Brom did not accept the Louisville coaching vacancy. Brom, who attended and played football at Trinity, announced Wednesday he was not taking the Louisville job. Police confirmed Thor Wiljanen was arrested and will be charged with the second-degree terrorist threat, which is a Class D felony.
USA Gymnastics has a new board chair. Katherine Carson was chosen today for that position. Carson previously worked as chief legal counsel for the United States Golf Association and has been a board member for USA Field Hockey. The United States Olympic Committee is in the process of decertifying the role of USA Gymnastics as the governing body of the sport. The organization is currently trying to find its 4th president in 2 years after former Congressman Mary Bono resigned in October after just being on the job for 4 days.
President Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen pleads guilty to lying to Congress about plans to build a tower in Moscow. Cohen says that he made the false statements out of loyalty to the president and to align with President Trump's political messaging.
And what he's trying to do is get a reduced sentence. So he's lying about a project that everybody knew about.
Despite President Trump's statement, the details of the Moscow project were not made public until a New York Times report in February 2017. After the election, in exchange for pleading guilty and cooperating, Cohen may hope to receive a lighter sentence. Cohen is scheduled to be sentenced in 2 weeks. Well, temperatures have warmed up, so...
They sure have, and hopefully those warmer temperatures will lead to some better driving conditions. So, Peyton, what can you tell us?
You know what, guys, we do see warmer temperatures on the way, but right now the main threat are visibility risks. We're seeing visibility down to 4 miles here in Muncie, and these even greater in counties such as Randolph and Jay, and these will continue to increase throughout the evening tonight and into commutes tomorrow morning. Right now here over McKinley Avenue, we're seeing temperatures in the upper 30s, 37 degrees, but it feels like 33 degrees. So if you're heading out and about, you might want that heavier jacket as the night continues. And even across the state right now, we're seeing temperatures fairly similar, but warming up as southerly air pushes through the area, bringing temperatures up ever so slightly. 45 degrees in Bloomington, 40 degrees in Shelbyville, and 43 degrees in Terre Haute. So warmer temperatures are on the way, and I'll have more coming up in my full forecast.
And coming up, we have, authorities say black ice caused a pileup of more than 30 cars in Carmel this morning. The pileup occurred around 7 or 96th Street Bridge over the White River. The Fishers Fire Department says 4 people were taken to the hospital for minor injuries. Wow.
Oh, that's terrible.
All right, well, coming up,
The Christmas season usually brings a lot of joy and cheer. We'll tell you why one local official says you need to be aware of the dangers of the holidays, too.
All right, and plus a group of postal workers have been caught delivering more than just mail. The details about the surprising discovery coming up next.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, she seems fine to me.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was drunk.
No more, he was drunk.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, why didn't she tell anyone? No more, we don't talk about that.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
Welcome back. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and with it comes the festive lights, trees, and that tasty holiday cooking. What many people don't think about are the dangers that can come with those decorations. According to the National Fire Protection Association, between the years 2012 and 2016, there was an average of 170 house fires per year that started as a result of Christmas tree fires. There are some simple solutions to make sure that this type of disaster doesn't happen in your home. Dr. John Pitchdell, Director of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, offered tips on how to prevent these disasters.
With regard to trees, you're asking for do's and don'ts, and one do is to buy a fresh tree. If you're going to purchase a live tree, a fresh tree with intact needles, make sure you get a fresh cut along the trunk. and it should be watered every day. I mean, it will take up moisture, and that will make a difference in terms of resistance to ignition.
Well, if you didn't get your scares around Halloween this year, well, you have a second chance. Muncie Animal Care and Services are collecting donations as well as Cornerstone Center for the Arts in hopes to profit off a Christmas-themed haunted house, a Christmas-themed scarrel. Although it's not intended for younger children, families can come and enjoy the night of fun on December 15th. And for more information, you can visit cornerstonearts.org.
The CDC has released a new report saying drug overdoses and suicides have resulted in a lower life expectancy in the U.S. There were more than 70,000 overdose deaths in 2017, a record number. The suicide rate also increased almost 4%. The increasing death rate doesn't hold among all race and gender groups. Changes in their death rates year over year. United States in 2017, 1% from 2016. Parents' lives a little lighter.
Lights all for free. It's turned for free. He says donations are appreciated.
But donations are will call us and they can't afford lights, but they want something in their grandpa's yard decorated because grandma passed away or something. And so yeah, we just try to brighten up the house.
Inspiration from his grandfather who passed away 4 years ago. He says he knows his grandfather is with him. And shipped off to prison for delivering more than just the mail. The U.S. Attorney's Office said in a statement this week the postal workers took bribes to deliver cocaine and marijuana back in 2015. It said the postal workers sometimes took bribes as low as $250, and they were given sentences between 3 and 9 years in length. And they will also pay potentially thousands of dollars in restitution. And Peyton, are those temperatures going to warm up?
Those temperatures are going to warm up, as you can see right here. We're going to be within the next 8 hours hitting 39 degrees, and this trend of a warm up is only going to continue within the next few days. And I'll have that coming up after the break.
For those who serve today and those who served before them, for those whose sacrifice will never end, the Gary Sinise Foundation shows its gratitude through entertainment, outreach, and life-changing support. We can never give enough, but we can always give a little more. Find out how you can donate at GarySineseFoundation.org.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Well, December is right around the corner, but I have to say I am not used to these cold temperatures just yet.
You know, December is right around here, but we do live in the state of Indiana, so we're in for a bit of a story this weekend. Come the beginning of December, per usual, right? We can never know what to expect here. But right now across the state, we're seeing temperatures above freezing, which we haven't seen in a while. We're seeing right here in Anderson, 37 degrees, and up in Kokomo, 35 degrees. In the state capital of Indianapolis, you're feeling 41 degrees. And this temperature trend is not much different here over McKinley Avenue, as we're seeing temperatures 37 degrees, the upper 30s, but it does feel like we're in the low 30s, 33 degrees. So if you're headed out and about tonight, you're going to still want that warmer jacket, but these are going to continue throughout the evening tonight and drop just a little bit farther. 34 degrees, still above freezing. Mostly cloudy skies, but the main threat this evening is going to be dense fog, and this is going to continue throughout your morning hours tomorrow, well into your commute. So right here we're looking at visibility, and we're seeing most, if not all, the whole viewing area being impacted by visibility issues, stating 0 mile visibility. But I don't think this is going to be the whole issue tomorrow. So prepare for slower travel as you head out and about on the roadways tomorrow, and give yourself some extra time on the roads. But this is not only going to be the main threat tomorrow. You may see a sprinkle or two within the morning hours, but this is going to dissipate throughout the day tomorrow. We're going to start off at 8 a.m., 38 degrees. We're going to warm up to our high and our average temperature for this time of the year, 44 degrees, and it's only going to change slightly by 2 degrees with only. And so this is going to continue, and this warm trend is going to impact your weekend. 44 degrees again tomorrow, and we're going to see well above average of 44 for Saturday. So any plans you have on Saturday are going to be maybe without that heavier jacket for this time of the year. We're going to be also seeing 52 degrees on Sunday, so the warm trend does continue, but within the next week, again, we live in the state of Indiana, so we're going to see this back down to around average and continue to drop until Tuesday to 35 degrees. And now with Saturday, we're not going to be seeing snowfall anymore. We're going to be seeing some rainfall. This is going to continue well into Saturday right here at 9:30 in the morning as the system drives up from the south, impacting the entire state with some heavier pockets of precipitation. Now this is going to continue all day long as we're going to be seeing some of this continue right here by 1 p.m. We're seeing some of the viewing area still impacted by some rain showers, and this is going to continue throughout the day on Saturday. So if you have any plans, you're going to probably want to move them from the outdoors to the indoors. This is also going to continue throughout the evening on Saturday. So again, the state of Indiana, no surprise here. We're going from snowfall to rainfall here. We're going to be seeing this impacting well into your evening plans right here by 7:30. And as the Storm Prediction Center has issued a marginal risk for severe weather, the main threats here are not going to be heavy rainfall as well as some strong wind gusts, and those are going to continue to be the main threat here to central portions of Indiana as well as the southern portions, and this does extend through most of the state of Illinois. And we're going to be seeing this again, the reassurance. I'm going to step out so you can see this right here. Heavy rainfall is the main threat, as we could see rainfall dumping up to 1 inch within Saturday. So again, if you have any plans on Saturday, you might want to bring those indoors instead of outside. Now within the next 7 days, we're going to be seeing some of these trends again continue, but we're going to be on a bit of a roller coaster. We're going to see temperatures spike right back up to 56 degrees to start off your December here, so completely abnormal for the state of Indiana. We're going to see them continue throughout Sunday. And then right here for the beginning of next work week, we're going to see a little bit of clearing for the most part and down right below average. And this is going to continue throughout the day this week. So on Tuesday, we could see some flurries back into the system and below average temperatures. So guys, I'm sorry, we live in the state of Indiana where things are a little bit unpredictable.
Right, so we get a little bit of the warmer temperatures and then we go back to the cold.
Right,
I guess
happy
we'll take
December.
It. All right, well thank you, Peyton. Well, Sam, what can we expect coming up in sports?
Well, tonight we're looking at the Ball State women's basketball team's bounce back against Cincinnati and the final chapter of the women's volleyball season, coming up in sports.
Isn't this perfect?
It was my pleasure. May I?
Adam, I can't thank you enough for saving me from that sweepstakes scam. I could have lost everything.
It was a classic cat and mouse game. Remember, you never have to pay to play.
You're my hero. After all these years. What's the matter, Adam? Cat got your tongue?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Sam Sherman with sports. The women's basketball team was able to snap a 4-game losing streak by beating the Cincinnati Bearcats Wednesday night. Worthen Arena has been kind to the Cardinals, whose 2 wins have both come on home court. The team has 5 remaining games before conference play begins on January 5th against Toledo. NewsLink Indiana's Ben Acker has more on last night's victory.
Charlie was ready for the women's basketball team to get back in the win column, and the girls did. But Ball State broke the game open in the second quarter and never looked back. Coach Brady Sally said that he was happy to see his team win after 3 tough losses at the Gulf Coast Showcase.
They needed to taste a W. You know, they needed that, and they've been working their tails off. And you know, I'm a crusty old dude no matter what. But, you know, I felt bad for these guys because they were working so hard in Florida. They needed a win, you know, and they deserved one down there, if not 2. But we came out and earned it today, and that's the best kind.
The offense was the big story in last night's game, with 4 Cardinals players scoring in double digits. They were only 4 of 22 behind the arc, but the team shot 2s well and dominated inside the paint. Freshman guard Anna Clefane led the way with 22 points, and she said her good night comes as a result of her growth transitioning from high school to college.
I've grown a lot in just my basketball IQ and all the new stuff we've had to learn in such a short amount of time, and we've gone up against some really, really good teams, so that's just thrown me in there and made me have to go. I didn't really have a choice.
Today was a much-needed day off for the Cards, but they have a short turnaround before heading to the Hinkle Fieldhouse on Sunday to face the Butler Bulldogs. From Muncie, Ben Acker, NewsLink Indiana.
The team will be back at Worthen Arena next Thursday against the Vanderbilt Commodores. The Ball State women's volleyball team sees Crusaders. The Cardinals fought the Crusaders in 4 sets but ultimately lost 3-1. Ball State fell in the first round of the Women's National Invitational Volleyball Championship, but did have some great accomplishments this season. Earning a 22-9 record in the regular season, the Cardinals reached just their 9th postseason appearance in school history. The Cardinals boasted their best record since 2013 and won their 2nd straight MAC West Division title, also their 9th in school history. Led the Cardinals in assists in tonight's loss. A hard-fought effort this season by the women's volleyball team, but for all the die-hard volleyball fans coming up, men's Ball State volleyball coming up in January.
All right. Awesome. We're looking forward to it.
Coming up, DC and Warner Brothers make plans to enhance the DC universe.
And NBA player Steph Curry assists in making a young girl's dreams come true. All that and more coming up.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
Welcome back. Time now to take a look at what's trending.
Joining us now is NewsLink Indiana's Joel Riley. Hi, Joel. What do you have for us that is interesting?
Hello, everyone, and good evening to you all who are watching. The DC Universe and Warner Brothers Studios are in development of a Blue Beetle movie.
Wow.
Blue Beetle is a Mexican-American comic book hero who made his debut back in 1939. Jamie Reyes first appeared briefly in the CW series Smallville, as well as Young Justice. His superpowers derive from the Blue Beetle scarab, which comes to life and grafts itself into Reyes' spine, which gives him a suit of extraterrestrial-like armor. Should this film be made, this will be the first film to have a Latino lead and a Mexican-born screenwriter. And a young girl from Napa, California is asking Steph Curry for equality in his shoe lineup for her upcoming basketball season, but noticed something was off. For girls. So, Riley decided to write a letter to Steph Curry asking if there was a way for him to make the shoes available, and said that he would not only fix the issue, but he would personally send also invited Riley to an event in Oakland on International Women's Day in 2019. I mean, feminism, diversity, I mean, two of my favorite things.
Yeah,
I really like those a lot.
That is great. I mean, just for women, see a problem, you need to fix it, and then for Curry to go ahead and to respond and actually fix the problem. I mean, and she's how old?
9 years old.
9 years old. So, you know, age, it doesn't matter.
And then for a woman from Nicaragua, and I know that their two kids would absolutely love to see that type of culture experienced on the big screen.
It's honestly really incredible, the wide range of superheroes now and the demand for these superhero movies. It's really creating a lot of great opportunities.
Yeah. And inclusion, like you talked about, representation. I mean, you want to see people on TV that look like you.
A diverse cast.
So this will be
Everyone
great for people to see that.
I know, I'm really excited.
Me too.
Awesome, sounds great. All right, well, we'll take one last look at weather.
We sure will. You know, we do live in the state of Indiana, so we're hitting for a little bit of a whirlwind this weekend. We're going to see temperatures rise to 56 degrees, but the SPC has put out a marginal risk for severe weather, more so with heavy rainfall this Saturday, but then we'll take a little bit of a detour back to our normal come Monday.
All right, we'll take it, Peyton. Thank you. Well, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming
daily.com. Have a great night.